Growing older is a privilege that not everyone gets to enjoy, and with age comes both wisdom and opportunity. However, it's important to realize that simply getting older doesn't guarantee we will become wiser or more fulfilled. As we age, certain mistakes, often subtle and unintentional, can gradually diminish the quality of our lives. These missteps can leave us feeling isolated, dissatisfied, or even resentful of the years we worked so hard to reach. Having experienced the highs and lows of life, I can confidently say that your later years can be some of the most enriching chapters of your journey. But this requires awareness and avoiding certain pitfalls. Here are some of the most common mistakes older individuals make and how to sidestep them. The first mistake that people often make in their later years is neglecting their physical and mental health. As people age, many mistakenly accept the idea that their physical strength and mental clarity are bound to decline. They settle into more sedentary lifestyles, with poor eating habits, passive routines, and an acceptance of aches and pains as unavoidable. But this couldn't be further from the truth. While we can't reverse the clock, we do have the power to shape how we age. It's all about maintaining an active body and an engaged mind. Your body has been your constant companion, carrying you through life's ups and downs. Yet, in older age, it tends to be the most neglected. Fatigue, stiffness, and pain aren't signs of defeat, but rather signals from the body asking for attention. When we stop moving, we accelerate the aging process. A simple daily walk, stretches, or even light gardening can keep your body vibrant and strong. Equally important is the mind. How often do we allow our minds to go stale as we grow older? Many people retreat into monotonous routines, binge-watching TV or endlessly scrolling through their phones. While these may offer temporary distraction, they do nothing to sharpen our minds. A mind left unchecked can become dull, and with it, the sense of curiosity and wonder that makes life meaningful. Neglecting your mental health can also lead to feelings of loneliness and despair. As social circles shrink, it's easy to feel irrelevant or disconnected. But it's during these years that your stories, wisdom, and experiences matter more than ever. Now is the time to cultivate new relationships, engage in your community, and build bridges instead of burning them. Taking charge of both your physical and mental health is about believing in your ability to improve. Despite what society may suggest, it's never too late to change. Research shows that even in your 70s or 80s, you can gain strength, sharpen your mind, and improve your overall well-being with consistent effort. Aging doesn't mean giving up. It means making the most of the time you have left. Nourishing your body with nutritious food, staying active, and engaging in mental exercises like learning something new can all contribute to a higher quality of life. By focusing on the present and appreciating what you still have, you can transform aging from a burden into a privilege. Another common mistake in old age is relying on small comforts to fill the emotional void. As we grow older, life tends to slow down, and the routines that once kept us busy, like work and raising children, fade into the background. With more free time comes a tendency to seek out habits or indulgences to cope with boredom, loneliness, or emotional pain. But too often, these comforts turn into vices that drain our vitality rather than restore it. It's easy to understand why this happens. The loss of structure can leave us feeling adrift, with long days that feel unoccupied and aimless. Many seniors turn to alcohol, excessive screen time, or overeating to fill this gap. What starts as a small habit, such as a nightly glass of wine, can eventually become a routine that stifles your energy and clarity. Even seemingly harmless habits, like watching hours of TV or mindlessly scrolling on social media, can lead to a cycle of dependence that robs you of the motivation to engage with life in a meaningful way. The issue with these vices is that they offer only an illusion of comfort. They distract from the deeper issues, loneliness, sadness, or unfulfilled desires, without addressing the root causes. Over time, these habits can create a barrier that keeps you from confronting what's truly missing. Many older individuals find themselves stuck in a cycle of quiet resignation, living half-heartedly. Breaking free from these habits requires courage, as it involves confronting your emotions and seeking out more fulfilling alternatives. Instead of falling into destructive patterns, find activities that truly nourish your body, mind, and soul. If you find yourself reaching for a drink to pass the evening, consider inviting a friend over for tea. If TV consumes your time, think about volunteering at a local organization where your knowledge and life experience can be put to good use. If loneliness is a problem, reach out to a loved one, join a community group, or participate in a hobby that interests you. The world still needs your presence and the wisdom you've accumulated over the years. It's also important to understand the emotional triggers behind your habits. Are you drinking to numb feelings of regret? Overeating to fill an emotional gap? By addressing these emotions head-on, you can heal and find healthier ways to cope. Therapy, journaling, or talking with a close friend can help you unpack these feelings and create more positive habits. Change is possible at any age, and every day offers an opportunity to live a more meaningful and joyful life. In the end, it's all about reclaiming the present. If you have the capacity to form a bad habit, you also have the capacity to form a new passion. The key is to seek out activities that bring you purpose, connection, and fulfillment. By doing so, you can embrace the later years of your life with vibrancy and joy, rather than letting them slip away unnoticed. Your golden years should be about growth, not resignation. It's never too late to start living fully again. As we age, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking we're too old to pursue the things that excite us. Whether it's exploring new ideas, immersing ourselves in nature, or nurturing deeper connections with those around us, the truth is, we're never too old to create a life that feels truly fulfilling and vibrant. Seeking comfort in unhealthy habits or vices is a form of surrender. It's a silent admission that we've reached the peak and that there's nothing more to look forward to. But that's a lie. Those vices are merely whispers designed to keep us stagnant. The reality is, you still have so much to offer, so much to experience, and so much joy to embrace. The key is in choosing connection over isolation, curiosity over complacency, and purpose over distraction. When you make these choices, you'll find that the emptiness begins to fade, replaced by the warmth of a life well lived. One of the most damaging things we can hold on to in our later years is a victim mentality. Life leaves its marks, and many of us carry scars, whether emotional, physical, or financial. The disappointments and struggles we've faced can shape who we are, but they don't need to define us. It's natural to feel bitterness when life hasn't turned out as we expected. Maybe relationships didn't unfold as we hoped, leaving us disconnected from loved ones. Perhaps financial struggles or health challenges robbed us of stability. Some may have endured betrayal, prejudice, or tragedy that left wounds too deep to heal easily. These experiences are real, and they have their place in our story, but they don't have to define the rest of our lives. A victim mentality keeps us trapped, replaying our past hurts over and over. By focusing on what went wrong or who wronged us, we perpetuate the belief that life is unfair and that nothing can change. This mindset can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, where we lose hope and stop trying to improve our circumstances. We become blind to the opportunities still in front of us, robbing ourselves of joy and purpose. But here's the truth. No matter how much you've been hurt, you are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by how you choose to respond to life. Even in the face of great adversity, you can decide to rise above it. Your hardships can either be a weight that drags you down, or they can become stepping stones that help you rise higher. Time becomes more precious as we age, and wasting it on resentment or regret only robs us of the peace we deserve. Letting go of a victim mentality doesn't mean ignoring the pain you've experienced. It means refusing to let it control you. It means acknowledging that yes, this happened, but it will not shape the rest of your life. The first step in overcoming this mindset is to shift your focus. Instead of looking at what was taken from you, look at what remains. You may have lost loved ones, but you still have the capacity to love. You may face physical limitations, but your mind and spirit can still grow. You may not have the wealth you once dreamed of, but you possess wisdom and the ability to make a difference in the lives of others. Even in hardship, choosing gratitude can be a powerful antidote to victimhood. When you focus on what you have, rather than what you lack, life starts to feel fuller, richer, and more abundant. Reclaiming your power is also essential. A victim mentality stems from a feeling of helplessness, a belief that life is something that happens to you rather than something you shape. But even as you grow older, you still have the power to influence your world. You can rebuild relationships by offering forgiveness, create new habits that bring meaning to your days, and contribute to your community by volunteering or mentoring. Every action, no matter how small, reminds you that you are not powerless. One of the greatest freedoms comes from learning to let go. Let go of the grudges that weigh you down, of the expectations that no longer serve you, and of the need to prove yourself to others. When you release these burdens, you open up space for new possibilities, new joys, and a peaceful way of living. Old age is not just a time for reflection. It's an opportunity to rewrite your story. Instead of viewing yourself as a victim of life's hardships, see yourself as a survivor, a fighter who has weathered the storms and is still standing. There's dignity and strength in that, and there's hope in knowing that, even now, you can choose to live with purpose and positivity. Another common mistake in later years is ignoring your financial reality. After decades of hard work, it's tempting to assume that retirement brings a freedom from financial worries. We might feel entitled to spend freely, to give generously, or to trust that things will somehow work out. But financial security in old age doesn't happen by accident. It requires careful planning, awareness, and discipline, especially as we grow older. The challenges of aging, such as rising healthcare costs, home maintenance, inflation, and the desire for experiences like travel, can quickly deplete savings if we're not careful. One of the most damaging habits is living beyond your means. Whether it's spending on lavish vacations, frequent dining out, or supporting grown children financially, these actions may seem fulfilling in the moment, but they can quickly drain your savings and leave you vulnerable. Similarly, some seniors fall into denial about their financial situation. They avoid looking at their finances, fearful of what they might find. This only allows small problems to grow into bigger ones, making them harder to fix down the line. The key to avoiding financial stress in old age is to face reality head-on. Start by evaluating your true financial situation, your fixed expenses, your savings, and how long your resources will last at your current rate of spending. From there, look for areas where you can adjust without sacrificing your quality of life. Facing these questions might be uncomfortable, but it's a crucial step toward financial stability. Living within your means doesn't have to feel like a sacrifice. In fact, it can be empowering, bringing peace of mind and the freedom to focus on what truly matters. Finally, preparing for the unexpected is essential. Healthcare can be one of the biggest expenses in later years, and many seniors underestimate its potential cost. Even if you're healthy now, it's wise to prepare for future medical needs. This might mean investing in long-term care insurance, setting aside an emergency fund, or exploring government programs that can assist with healthcare costs. As we journey through life, one of the most important things we can do is seek out the help and resources available to us. Whether it's programs designed to ease your financial strain, community workshops on budgeting, or simply turning to a trusted family member or financial advisor for advice, these steps can make all the difference. There's often a reluctance to ask for help, especially among seniors, due to pride. But reaching out for guidance is a smart choice, not a sign of weakness. It shows that you understand the importance of making informed decisions and avoiding costly mistakes. Remember, asking for help demonstrates wisdom and responsibility, not dependency. Equally important is thinking about the legacy you want to leave behind. Many seniors feel pressure to ensure their children or grandchildren inherit something substantial. But before you worry about what you'll leave them, it's essential to focus on your own needs. The greatest gift you can give your family is your financial independence. By managing your finances wisely, you ensure they don't have to support you, setting an example of responsibility, resilience, and self-sufficiency. Prioritize your own well-being, and in doing so, you show your loved ones the power of taking care of yourself, which becomes a model they can admire and follow. Ignoring the financial realities of old age can lead to anxiety, stress, and insecurity. However, by facing these realities with courage and clarity, you can build a life that is not only secure, but fulfilling. You've worked hard to reach this point in life, so honor that effort by managing your finances well. This allows you to enjoy the freedom, dignity, and joy that your later years should bring. Waiting for someday is another pitfall that many people fall into, especially as they get older. We often wait for the perfect time to pursue our dreams, whether it's for a vacation, a new hobby, or mending a relationship. The idea of someday lures us with promises of a future where everything will align, our health will improve, our finances will stabilize, and our fears will dissolve. But in reality, someday is a mirage. It's a future that never truly arrives. For those of us in the later stages of life, waiting for someday is the biggest mistake we can make. Time is no longer abundant. It is our most precious and finite resource. The fear of failure, rejection, or discomfort often holds us back. You might have thought about reconnecting with a friend or family member, but held off because you weren't sure what to say. Maybe you've dreamed of taking that trip or trying something new, but worry about your health or your age. These fears, though understandable, are simply barriers to living a full life. Procrastination is another form of waiting. I'll do it when I feel better, we tell ourselves, or I'll get to it after the holidays. But the truth is that life doesn't wait. Every time we delay an opportunity to act, we risk losing it. The call goes unmade, the trip unplanned, the moment unlived. In the end, it's not the things we did that we regret most, but the things we didn't. When we acknowledge that time is limited, it changes our perspective. We begin to see what truly matters. We are motivated to act, even if it means stepping out of our comfort zone. Instead of waiting for the right time, we must learn to embrace the imperfect now. Call that friend you've been meaning to reach out to. Book that trip, even if it feels a little uncomfortable. Sign up for that class, even if you're the oldest one in the room. Take action now, because every moment you seize is a moment you won't lose. Living with urgency doesn't mean rushing or acting recklessly. It means living with purpose. Each day ask yourself, what can I do today that will make my life fuller, richer, or more meaningful? Every small step forward builds momentum and empowers you. It reminds you that you are still capable, that you still have the power to shape your life and create new experiences. It's not about denying the reality of aging, but rather refusing to let age or challenges limit you. There will never be a perfect time to live fully. The only time we have is now. Waiting for everything to align can result in missed opportunities and regret. But when we act, we open ourselves to a world of possibilities, joy, connection, and growth. When we stop waiting and start living, we prove to ourselves and to those around us that it's never too late to pursue our passions and purpose. Old age is not the end of the road. It's a new chapter, rich with chances to reflect, connect, and grow. But to make the most of these years, we must be mindful of the mistakes that can quietly rob us of our joy and purpose. Neglecting our health, clinging to unhealthy habits, refusing to face financial realities, and waiting endlessly for some perfect moment all have the potential to drain us of fulfillment. But here's the beautiful truth. It's never too late to choose differently. No matter your age, every new day offers a fresh start. You can choose to care for your body and mind, to let go of what no longer serves you, and to embrace a life full of meaning, gratitude, and joy. Aging is not just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. The past has shaped you, but it does not define you. What defines you is how you choose to live now. The strength and wisdom you've built over a lifetime are valuable, but they are nothing compared to the choices you make today. Let your later years be a reflection of the resilience of the human spirit. Let them show the world that it's never too late to live with purpose, passion, and joy. As the sun sets on one chapter of life, it rises on another. Each day is a gift, and the way we choose to use it is what matters most. So don't wait for someday. Embrace this moment, because the opportunity you have right now is the greatest gift you'll ever have. Make it count, live it fully, and live it well. Take that first step, and live your life without regrets.